Drivers, thank you for what you do to keep our economy running. I'm Angela Roach, and this is Behind the Wheel, powered by HireMaster. The desire to drive for a private fleet has steadily increased based on the many benefits offered to drivers, such as better compensation packages and fair treatment. Walmart, the American multinational retail corporation that is considered the top tier in private fleet sector, recently ramped up pay for its truckers amid the nationwide need for drivers, and many companies are following suit. In an interview earlier this week, the senior manager of supply chain talent acquisition at Walmart, Aaron Bergman, commented on the key aspect of retaining drivers. Bergman stressed the importance of respecting drivers, which included valuing drivers with their schedule and pay. Bergman explained that a core value at Walmart is respect expressed through conversations, scheduling, and pay, saying, quote, drivers are a special part of not just our supply chain, but our company as a whole. Drivers provide a unique viewpoint on challenges that exist in our industry. We are always seeking to honor and respect the role they play in our company by continuing to evaluate our offerings, whether it's compensation, benefits, or scheduling. End quote. In addition to fairly good compensation packages and increased pay, Walmart announced it would also be starting a new private fleet development program. The 12-week program is aimed for prospective drivers with the goal of allowing participants to earn a CDL and become full-fledged Walmart private fleet drivers. As more drivers continue to participate in the new initiatives, Bergman is excited to see growth and satisfaction among drivers and associates alike. Bergman said, quote, to hear success stories and see how these changes have impacted their life is what is most gratifying. Every decision we make is all about the associates and drivers and what is best for them. End quote. Last week, Dr. Mark Manera shared a healthy, protein-packed snack for drivers while out on the road. For this week's Health and Fitness segment, let's go back out to Dr. Mark Manera of Supply Chain Fitness.
Here's the secret to losing weight out on the road. Do a clean sweep of your truck. Here's what I mean by that. If you have chips, cookies, candy, any junk food in your truck, you're going to eat it when you get hungry. So do a clean sweep of your truck and get rid of all that junk food that's just sitting there waiting for you to have that little urge or bored, so you just grab it and start eating. And again, this isn't about hating your life, so you don't have to completely get rid of all of them, but limit yourself to one or two of those sweet treats that you enjoy eating. And then for all the rest, get rid of them. Throw it away, donate, give it to a friend, and resist the urge of just finishing it off and going on this last binge of everything in your truck. And there you go. If you have a healthy environment, you're setting yourself up to live a healthier life.
Thanks, Mark. You can find more great tips and exercises at Dr. Mark Manera on TikTok. Aurora Innovation, the autonomous technology developer, and Schneider National, a logistics company, have recently announced a commercial pilot effort to haul freight for Schneider's customers with Aurora drivers. Starting on August 1st, Aurora Innovation will begin weekly hauls between Dallas and Houston. The load frequency is expected to increase as a result of Schneider expanding relationships with Aurora. Both companies will increase in terms of volume of haulers and lanes. The agreement between both companies is the fourth pilot program Aurora has in progress to carry loads autonomously. As of right now, Aurora operates terminals in South Dallas, Houston, Fort Worth, and El Paso to support multiple commercial lanes. Additionally, Aurora hauls freight for Werner, FedEx, and Uber Freight. According to an Aurora spokesperson, the goal of the program is to, quote, build a future where goods are moved by both human drivers and autonomous trucks, end quote. Additional carriers such as US Express and Covenant are also working with Aurora to develop this technology. In other news, spot rates and surcharges across trade routes have reversed. As a result, congestion at ports and at sea are rising. In an article written by CNBC, it states, quote, A recent decrease in demand, which has led spot prices to decline, was the result of manufacturing orders being cut due to changes in consumer spending behavior. End quote. As a result, container rates are increasing due to the false lack of available container space. Based on a report published by CNBC, container pricing from China to the US, the East Coast route, soared back up to 10,000 as more vessels arrived and congestion continues to grow. As we have entered the final few months of 2022, the expenses and shipments of back to school supplies and the start of holiday shopping begins. As stated by CNBC, quote, traditional peak season in ocean shipping starts in the month of August. The current backlog of containers at the ports will only increase congestion and add wait time for incoming vessels, end quote. In the Weather Watch segment this week, the heat and flash flood warnings from last week are growing to cover more of the United States, as the flash floods have moved away from Arizona and New Mexico up into a majority of Nevada and Southern California. Those high temperatures and low humidity levels that the Pacific Northwest faced last week are now moving east into Idaho and Montana, and residents in these areas are advised to have plenty of ways to stay cool. In the Midwest and Central Plains, we continue to see high heat advisories through much of Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma, and we will see plenty of rain in the Central and Southern Rockies heading into this weekend, as well as in the Central Mississippi Valley up through the Northeast. If you are driving through these areas, check your local weather reports for flash flood warnings and roads that are potentially closed down. And that's going to do it for Behind the Wheel. I'm Angela Roach. Be sure to follow or subscribe to catch each episode and leave us a like and a comment. We'll see you next time on Behind the Wheel, powered by HireMaster.